Thank you for joining me. It is good to see you. This morning, excuse me, man, that was a rough one. This morning, I was jarred out of bed with an intense cramp in my leg. It's not an uncommon thing for me, but nonetheless, it is still jarring whenever it happens. Do you struggle with cramps? I have struggled with cramps all over, not just my legs, but my toes, my hands, and my chest and the back. My arms, even my face. There was one time in high school whenever I was in the gym and I was lifting weights and I had the coach come by, and you know whenever you're lifting, you want to just you kind of grunt, you make faces, you get into it so that you can push yourself, right? Well, I was pushing myself doing these curls and all of a sudden my face just kind of stuck like this. And the coach came by, and I was trying not to look like I was having an episode or anything other than just cramp, and I turned real quickly to hide it, and then I'm straining to stretch it out, and I got rid of it, but nonetheless, it has been an ordeal throughout my lifetime. I've had lots of people tell me, you need to drink more water. Drink a gallon of water, still have cramps. You need to eat more bananas. Ate a bunch of bananas. Not just a bunch as in like a few, a full bunch of bananas. Still get cramps. Hey, you need to have more salt. That's your problem. Okay, well, I consume sunflower seeds like they're going out of style. Still have cramps. Tried the sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, all of those. Some of them are a little bit better, but usually I still have to finagle how to get out of these cramps. The worst cramps for me are these leg cramps. It's what's called the vastus. Let me make sure I say this right. Vastus medialis. It's that teardrop muscle in between your hip and your knee. How do you friggin' stretch that thing? You know, I can stretch my hamstring. That's pretty easy. Just pull my foot up and stretch out my hamstring. But how do you stretch this thing? It's painful to say the least. The only way that I found that really fixes it is if I get into hot water. So this morning I woke up. My wife came running upstairs. What's wrong? What's wrong? Because my scream is pretty intense. And I said I'm having a cramp, and she's rubbing my back and trying to say, oh, it's okay, I can help you. And that's not helpful. It's not going to relieve the pain. The only thing that's going to do it is getting into hot water. Literally, not figuratively. Our tub is downstairs, and I know it's going to be a pain to get downstairs because at the bottom of the stairs, we have a baby gate to keep our youngest from coming up the stairs. And I knew that I was not going to be able to bend over and get that gate taken care of. So I said, can you please just go get the gate? Are you sure? I don't want you to fall down the stairs. Just move the gate out of the way. I gotta get in the tub. It freaking hurts. My son wants to come up and tell me about some new thing that he got this morning. I couldn't even process what he was trying to tell me because of this uncomfortable pain in my leg. I come into my office. I see my eldest daughter. She's on the phone. She's called her grandmother because of just the chaos that has happened from my screaming. I laugh. It's terrible. I may have traumatized her. Hopefully not. But I finally get in the tub and finally, the cramp starts to go away. I text my wife. I said, I'm okay. Would you mind letting the kids know I'm okay? Not long after that, my eldest comes knocking on the door. Daddy, are you okay? I'm fine, babe. I'll be out in just a minute. So I'm fine. I make it out okay. When I think of cramps, I can't help but think about a really pivotal moment in my life when I had to come to terms with the fact that I don't like to ask for help. I don't know if you are that way, but I feel like I am less of a man if I can't handle something on my own. It's very, very difficult to ask somebody for help. I'd gone to this men's retreat. We had a counselor there. Everybody there is there to really work on the internal crap that we all seem to have. Well, in one of these activities they had planned, we were supposed to ask people for help. That was essentially the goal of this thing. And they didn't tell us that at the beginning. I don't like to ask for help. And I felt like the rules were really, really vague, and there's no way you could actually follow the rules and accomplish anything. So my first inclination is not to ask for help. I keep going through this activity, trying to do what I can, and I would not ask for help. I ended up hurting this guy. He had a broken foot, and I was dragging him across the parking lot because of my stubbornness, my refusal to ask for help. It was not long after that. We did some hiking that same day, and the counselor was really challenging on me on not asking for help and how it may be something that I need to deal with, and I kind of heard it and dismissed it, but really was trying to be reflective because that was the point of the weekend. After we'd gone hiking, I fell asleep on the couch, and I'm staying in the bunk with this guy, the leader, and a couple other guys in there, and I woke up because I had another one of those cramps right in that same muscle, and I jump up freaking out knowing I've got to get in the tub. Because it hurts. And they're all like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And it's all because I can't friggin' stretch this muscle. I knew I had my hiking boots on. I could not get into the tub and get the shoes off by myself. So I had to ask one of the guys for help. I said, can you please just take off my shoes? He's over there trying to deal with the laces, rip them off as quick as he can. And then I brush past him, get into the bathroom, shut the door, get in the tub. And 2 or 3 minutes later, all the guys are on the outside of the door going, are you okay, Chris? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm sorry about that. I know it was terrible. Come on, now. So once it was all said and done and I get out and I go out to the counselor, I tell him, kind of laughing, I say, well, I guess you're right. There are moments that I need to start looking for when I can actually ask those around me for help because I can't do everything on my own. I said, there's no way I would have got in that tub without those boots on had I been here by myself. And so I want to ask you, are you one of those people who does not ask for help? Is it a pride thing? Is it a self-sufficient thing? Is it because people have let you down? I would challenge you to ask for help. Find something that you would benefit from having somebody else help you out and start getting in the habit of actually asking for help around you, because you would be amazed at how liberating it can be to not have to carry as much of a workload. It does not mean that you are less of a man. It does not mean that you are less capable of doing whatever task it is. It means actually that you are smarter because you understand that there is more power when you join and partner with somebody else around you. Well, I hope you got a good laugh about some of my cramp stories. I hope you maybe have been challenged to reach out to somebody and ask for some help. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. Put something down in the comments about your struggle with cramps or anything else that stood out to you in this video. I'd love to hear about it. And I will look forward to seeing you next time in our next episode where we can share a cigar and change the world.